That's what it's about here. Life is real.
This is a collection of really many different types of people, and I find that exciting.
I'm writing Get Her Done because I feel like that's what represents our community so well. We're a group of people in the Southwest that like to see a plan in action and like to see it happen.
Mike DeGiven, Nuna Nia Tani Night, Nuga Nooch, Nuga Tawayak. It's a very rich culture and history there.
I could be living in a larger city. I could have a job in some anonymous office building on some anonymous block in Denver or Chicago or Los Angeles. I don't want to be there. I want to be in a community where I can be a part of things and know that what I'm doing makes a difference in people's lives. And that's why I like living here. All of us contribute. All of us are a part of the system, and we make it work.
One is that you don't live here because you just ended up here. You live here because you want to be. And so people who live here want to be here, and they have a lot of investment in this community.
Like knowing our neighbors and greeting people on the street.
You know, the other unique thing about this region is the diversity in our politics. But we don't have, you know, the hate that a lot of communities have in terms of how divided our nation is.
My language was Lakota. So Hamadaki api, Hambetiki le michante tan wog na nape chuzapilo. Claim to fame is just the hometown feeling in a tri-ethnic community. I think they're being very successful at really getting along with each other regardless of cultural backgrounds and identities.
And I have a really good friend who's a realtor. I adore her, you know, and she'll tell me what my house is worth. And I'll say, gosh, I wish it was worth about $1.25 and my kids could afford to live here.
Our poverty isn't obvious, but it's here. Montezuma County is about 24% living in poverty. Durango's about 9%. Pagosa Springs about 12%. That's pretty high for the state in general. But you can't see it unless you go looking for it.
All we really have to offer is our quality of life. You know, we've got lots of parks, nice rec center, the weather's pretty nice, it cooperates for us. Gorgeous area to live in, the mountain's 15 minutes away, you know, the desert's another 15 minutes away. So it's a nice place to live. It's just we don't have the jobs available.
The access to money that is the struggle. And the fact that minimum wage doesn't cut it is just not enough.
We should do more in terms of economic development, create more jobs here in the community that are going to allow our children to stay close by. Equally, we have a significant population of seniors who need services that we should be able to provide as a community.
I think regardless of where the children come from, they face a lot of common struggles. And I think one of them is that sense of value on education.
Finding affordable housing in rental as well as in homes, new homes and home ownership is a challenge for much of this population who work very hard and just cannot find the opportunity to be able to become homeowners. Not just homeowners, but also be able to turn around and become successful in the community.
We also see an increasing number of working poor, that they are working either part-time or full-time, but they cannot break into the housing market and get the deposit and the first month's rent all saved up. It's a difficulty, and that number is growing at the shelter.
But one wish I think would have to be to at least be stable. That means having enough houses for everybody, having a good amount of educated tribal members, and to just be stable, our little community.
What's been going on here lately is a unified effort. We have representatives from the casino, from area businesses, from the Boys and Girls Club in the school district, from the tribal education department, and then students themselves meet on a regular basis to discuss, some of the needs of the community.
There's a lot of that. I think it's just sitting down at the table, having a cup of coffee or drinking a beer and thinking about how you can work together.
When I listen to what they spend their time doing, they often spend their time volunteering and participating in fundraising events and committees and making a difference. And so underneath our community's love of being outside and love of the Colorado lifestyle, as it were, is this amazing undercurrent of really caring about our neighbors and friends and colleagues being safe and having what they need to thrive. When a funder chooses to invest in Southwest Colorado, every dollar goes a really long way.
The biggest thing that always pops up in my mind is how hard-working people are and how much they do with what they're given.
Because we collaborate, we are able to use the resources we have, not duplicate services, and really use the funding that we have to serve more people in our area.
I feel like our agency really aspires to, on a daily basis, see what the individuals we're serving need and create services that respond to that.
And somehow or another we have to keep that wanting to thrive going in a positive way.
And coming from a younger generation, I want to see my community, not just Toyac, but even Cortez and Dolores, to do better and bigger things in the future for upcoming people. And I believe my generation are the people that are going to start that.
If you want to be involved, you can do it here. You can make a difference. All you have to do is say, hey, I'm willing. And there's not a lot of places that you can go and really make a difference.